1800 hours, Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Farzana Khan. First, the headlines. Prime Minister is directed to ensure complete transparency and execution of 10 billion tree tsunami program across the country. Foreign Minister says certain foreign elements are patronizing terrorism in Pakistan through Afghan land. Naval forces of about 45 countries will participate in Pakistan Navy's upcoming multinational Aman 2021 exercise. The OIC contact group on Jammu and Kashmir has reaffirmed its unwavering support to Kashmiri's just struggle for right to self-determination under the UN resolutions. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the martyrdom anniversary of prominent freedom leader Muhammad Afzal Guru will be observed tomorrow. Pakistan whitewashed South Africa in the two-match test series after winning the second test by 95 runs in Rawalpindi today. And now, listeners, we'll take you to live address of the Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan, who is speaking at the Ulama Mushayikh Conference in Islamabad.
एक बंदूक वाला दहशतगर्द जाके 50 मुसलमानों को कत्ल कर देता है तो उसे क्या पता कि जब इस्लाम और दहशतगर्दी को इकट्ठा कर दिया तो लोगों को क्या पता कि कौन सा मुसलमान दहशतगर्द है या कौन सा मुसलमान इंतहा पसंद है। वो तो सब एक हो गया उनकी नज़र में। तो इसलिए वहाँ मगरिब में मुसलमानों को बड़ी तकलीफ़ों का सामना करना पड़ता है और उसकी वजह ये कि हम मुसलमान दुनिया के जो सरबराह हैं हमने कभी ये कोशिश नहीं की सबने मिलके इसको इंटरनेशनल फोरम्स पे उठाने की। इसलिए मैं ओआईसी में भी ये चीज़ उठाई, आते साथ ही यूनाइटेड नेशंस में भी उठाई और बार बार दूसरी दफ़ा फिर उठाया कि कोशिश कर रहा हूँ। और फिर मैंने सारे मुसलमान सरबराह को लेटर लिखे कि जब तक हम सब मिलके मगरिब को नहीं अप्रोच करेंगे ये बार बार इस तरह की चीजें होती रहेंगी। और
And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan has directed for ensuring a complete transparency in the execution of 10 billion tree tsunami program across the country. Chairing a meeting of Prime Minister's Committee on Climate Change in Islamabad today, he said Soparco should actively be engaged for satellite imagery for this purpose. He also expressed satisfaction over the progress on 10 billion tree tsunami program. Appreciating the efforts of Ministry of Climate Change, Imran Khan directed to actively look into the possibility of net zero emissions for Pakistan, which may become possible with the enhancement of the carbon sequestration potential. Underscoring the need for putting in place early warning system to mitigate the impacts of erratic climate change, the Prime Minister stressed upon the need for water treatment plants to purify contaminated surface water of the rivers. The meeting was informed that Pakistan's emission growth is 9% below business as the usual baseline and also below the nationally determined commitments. Special Assistant on Climate Change Malik Amin Aslam informed the meeting that Pakistan is set to achieve first billion tree target by the middle of this year. It was further informed that Pakistan is ranked 8th in terms of climate vulnerability ranking and is faced with the threats of rain variability, urban flooding, increased temperature and formation of glacial lakes. Prime Minister Imran Khan has directed the authorities concerned to take steps for reducing the burden of indirect taxes on people. Chairing a meeting of his economic team in Islamabad today, he noted that the indirect taxes burden the poor segments of the society the most. The Prime Minister also directed the economic team to furnish recommendations to bring down taxes on the imported edible items so that relief could be provided to the people, especially the poor and middle class. Imran Khan said protecting the interests of the common man is foremost priority of his government. He said the poor people have been affected due to the difficult economic situation, hence providing them with every possible relief is our priority. The meeting discussed various proposals to provide targeted subsidy to the disadvantaged segments of the society under ESA's program. Governor Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Shah Farman called on President Arif Alvi in Peshawar today and discussed overall law and order situation as well as development and welfare projects being executed in the province, including the tribal districts. The governor briefed the president about the reforms being introduced in public sector universities of the province. The meeting also dilated upon the projects to exploit Khyber Pakhtunkhwa's potential in olive and berry honey production. Minister for Information and Broadcasting Shibli Faraz has urged political parties and parliamentarians to stand with transparency in the electoral process. In a series of tweets today, he said transparency will strengthen democracy and enhance the prestige of the parliament. The Information Minister said horse trading cannot serve the constitution and democracy. He said those who will become members of the upper house by spending money will put their personal interests first than that of the people. Shibli Faraz said Prime Minister Imran Khan will not backtrack from his mission to eradicate corruption and ensure transparency. This is Radio Pakistan giving you the news. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi says certain foreign elements are patronizing terrorism in Pakistan by using the Afghan land. In a statement today, he said the UN's monitoring team report has vindicated the stance of Pakistan. He said the EU Disinfo Lab has also completely exposed India. The Foreign Minister said the alliance of opposition parties should keep the interests of Pakistan supreme. He said the elements trying to stoke anarchy in the country are actually not serving the interests of Pakistan. He said slandering the institutions on the basis of mere speculation amounts to damaging the country's interests and narrative. Naval forces of about 45 countries will participate in the upcoming multinational Aman 2021 exercise. Commander Pakistan Fleet Rear Admiral Naveed Ashraf, briefing media persons in Karachi today, said this exercise will provide a common platform for sharing of information, mutual understanding, and highlighting common naval interests. The commander said Pakistan Navy has been conducting Aman exercise since 2007. He said the Aman exercise reflects commitment against multilateral threats and promotion of regional harmony and mutual cooperation. The Organization of Islamic Cooperation's contact group on Jammu and Kashmir in its virtual meeting in New York has reaffirmed its unwavering support to their just struggle for the exercise of their right to self-determination under the UN resolutions. A statement issued by the contact group in New York expressed deep concern at the continued violations by India of the fundamental human rights in Jammu and Kashmir. In a meeting in which permanent representatives of Pakistan, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Niger and Azerbaijan, the contact group called on the UN Secretary General, the UN Security Council and the UN Human Rights Council to urge India to halt the human rights violations in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, resigned the unilateral and illegal measures taken on and after August 5, 2019. It also urged the UN to implement the Security Council resolutions calling for a plebiscite to enable the people of Kashmir to exercise their right to self-determination. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the All Parties Hurriyat Conference has appealed to the people to observe strike tomorrow and Thursday to commemorate the martyrdom anniversaries of prominent freedom leaders Muhammad Afzal Guru and Muhammad Maqbool Butt, respectively. The All Parties Hurriyat Conference conveyed the message through posters displayed in Srinagar and other parts of the country. The APHC said the sacrifices rendered by Maqbool Ahmad Butt, Muhammad Afzal Guru and other martyrs will continue to serve as a beacon of light in the dark night of Jammu and Kashmir. And now cricket. Pakistan whitewashed South Africa in the two-match series after winning the second test by 95 runs in Rawalpindi today. The scores: Pakistan 272 and 298, South Africa 201 and 274. In the second innings, Pakistan had set a victory target of 390 runs for Africa, while the visiting team were all out at 274 runs. Pakistani bowler Shaheen Shah Afridi got 4 wickets, while Hassan Ali bagged 5 wickets in the second innings. Weather. Mainly cold and dry weather is likely to prevail in most parts of the country during the next 24 hours. However, cloudy weather with chances of light rain and snowfall over the hills is expected in Potawar region, Upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Gilgit-Baltistan and Kashmir. And with that, we come to the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.